Alright, hello internet, hello Samantha. Once again I have to begin this video by apologizing for how long it took to get this video actually out. It's been busy. It's that sort of end of semester madness. It's not quite to finals time, but it's getting there, and most of my classes are starting their kind of final projects. But regardless, I'm recording it now, and in a very special occasion, I'm recording it outside. Not only outside, but outside in a t-shirt and shorts. And not only outside in a t-shirt and shorts, but outside in a t-shirt and shorts and sweating, which is very impressive. It seems as if the long, brutal, and tenacious winter that we had is finally starting to actually go away and go into some actually like spring and summer-like weather, which is just, well, it's nice, but it's frankly alarming a little bit. I'm not even sure how to act in warm weather anymore. It is very strange, but I'm actually outside in Grand Park, Chicago, which is quite lovely, next to a statue of what I can only assume is a very historic person carrying a flag, which is probably an American flag, and some people starting to learn how to take their Segway tours, and also some dogs. It's very lovely out here. I hope it's also this nice in Michigan, though, you know, I wouldn't bet on it, but hopefully it's starting to thaw out everywhere, even starting to see some buds in the trees, which is lovely. But, on to the actual topic of conversation. As far as my 2D design class goes, and the fact that all 2D design classes are the same, I am indeed beginning to suspect that most introductory classes for art schools are basically one giant conspiracy to make everyone... Ooh, it's a bit breezy out here. They're called Windy City for nothing, after all. But it is basically a giant conspiracy to make everybody have the same kind of basics. Though I guess, you know, fundamentals are good to have everybody on the same base with. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. And I guess whatever exercises work. Maybe it's worth experimenting with a little bit, but as far as the basics are concerned, probably fine. As far as projects go, I know you talked about doing your zine last time, which was lovely. It is a lovely piece of work. People should definitely go check it out. Considering it is pay what you want, right? So you can go there and download it for free if you want to, or you can give some money. Sorry about the camera moving so much. It's windy, and my screen is acting sort of like a sail. But it's worth it, because it's so nice outside. For my own personal project, I actually got up today at about 5:30 in the morning to go take a portrait shoot of my yoga instructor, because for my for my portrait project in my photography class, I actually had to take pictures of somebody I didn't know very well, and who was from a different walk of life, so to speak. And being as she is not a student, and is in fact like a yoga instructor, and like actress and everything, she's got a lot of different stuff going on, which is pretty neat. Oh, there's some motorcycles. It's time enough to be warm for that. So that was pretty neat. I'm actually in the process of doing those picture edits right now, and at some point I'm sure they'll be up and available, and I'll link it somewhere. It'll probably be on my website, which I usually always link to. It'll definitely be on my blog, and about a billion other places, because that's the way the world works now, is every time you do something you have to upload it 17 different times. But that's a neat project. I'm also working on doing a portrait series of fellow students for my final project in photography, which should get underway pretty shortly, in order to be done for the end of the semester, which is coming up very quickly. And portraits are always tricky because you never know when people are going to actually be available for them. And I guess I'll just combine your other topic in here as well, with the books I've been reading. I haven't been reading as much as I would like to. That usually happens when I'm like doing school stuff, unfortunately. I would like it to be otherwise, but I just don't have a tremendous amount of time. But I have been reading a book series called the Gorman Gas novels, which actually was recommended to me by Pop Culture Happy Hour's Glenn Weldon. And it was a good purchase. I've been enjoying it thoroughly. It is a very interesting language. The descriptions in it are just wonderful and varied and beautiful, and you can definitely get lost in a book like that because it just takes you so far into its world that it's hard to escape, and you don't really want to. I just don't get as much time to read it as I would like. I think that's one of those books that I would really like to just dedicate an entire afternoon to reading, because that's just kind of the way it works, is it really pulls you in and doesn't let go. And hello wind. And I thoroughly recommend it to anybody who's a fan of, well, just good writing, basically. I mean, it's also kind of like fantasy-ish, but it's not super like elves and dwarves and stuff. It's mostly just a very interesting world with sort of, like, as Glenn Weldon described it, like Dickensian grotesques, and I would definitely agree with that. They're all very, like, very odd-looking people from the descriptions, and they're all very unique characters. And they kind of go to extremes in what they are, and it's really, really interesting. So that's basically all for today. I guess I should probably come up with a topic, which I should have thought about. Maybe talk about your summer plans for next video. Summer's coming up. I can definitely feel it in the weather. What are you planning to do for the summer? I know you were talking about summer classes and stuff. Maybe talk to us a little bit more about that. I still don't know what I'm doing for the summer, but hopefully by next video I will. So, yeah, that'll be our next topic. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.